Thursday Night Football here tonight to kick off Week 13 of the 2021 NFL season between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints in a classic Texas versus Louisiana matchup. We've got a new quarterback upon our hands here tonight, making his debut for the season, which we'll be getting into later on in this show. Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of Time2Football. My name is Hassan Khan, the host of this channel that we like to call Time2Football. Glad you guys are joining us on this wonderful Thursday morning, second day of December. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me Taysom Hill as a quarterback or whatever the heck position he plays. Yeah, that Cowboys and Saints game should be a good one for sure, which we're going to be previewing here in just a bit. Sorry for the late start again. Thursdays, they're kind of expected because I try to get that weekly picks video graphics made and everything for you guys, which are going to be showing you the weekly picks. But my computer is so freaking slow. But good news. I coughed up $3,000 for a new MacBook. Yeah, I know. Call me crazy, but I needed it. For all the graphics that we're doing for this show. I needed it. So it's a huge investment. It's going to make me more money in the long run. But yeah, it's going to be much faster, so I'll definitely be up to date. That's coming in like in the next week or two. But anyways, what matters is football. What we got going on here tonight, Cowboys, Saints, blue, gold. Who's going to win? Leave your thoughts and your predictions in your comments down below. Definitely love to hear and interact with you guys. Speaking of which, you guys are joining us in the live chat as well as we guys are showing this to you in this live stream on YouTube. As always, good morning from Montreal. Hey, thank you for tuning in with us across the border. Cheers. Jay Young, I need a quarterback. Ooh, okay. Well, hey, stay tuned for your fantasy football questions because we're going to have a whole segment dedicated later on at the end of the show, probably in the next 30 minutes. We're going to be answering those questions. So if you want to tune out and then come back in 30 minutes, up to you. But yeah, I'm going to be answering those later on. Premio de Plug saying, took my break early for this. Dude, I'm sorry that you, I hope you didn't take it at 10 a.m. because we were kind of late in coming up with this live stream. So I'm sorry that happened. But if you're still on break, dude, I appreciate you joining in for this episode. But yeah, anyways, you guys are still asking your questions. I'll get to you guys later on. But what we want to talk about is the Cowboys and the Saints game that's coming up, previewing that, and we preview that by talking to you guys about who's in, who's out. So, as of right now, we know that Taysom Hill has officially been named the starting quarterback by Sean Payton. He will be making his debut for the 2021 season. And that means that Trevor Siemian is going to be backup. Now, what that entails is that this game might be a little bit more closer now that Siemian isn't playing and Taysom Hill is. So the Saints have a good shot of actually pulling off an upset. Even though the Cowboys are the favorite, they're playing at home, the Saints are, they're still the underdog in this game. But with that, though, Alvin Kamara, on the other hand, is out of this game. So this is news that we learned just 20 minutes ago. He has officially been ruled out, will not be playing, still dealing with that knee injury. However, good news for the Saints is that their other running back, they're not going to have to start Tony Jones. Mark Ingram, the back that they traded for from Houston, comes back to New Orleans. He is playing. He was a full participant. He was removed from the injury designation list. So no injury designation at all for Mark Ingram. No restrictions. He's going to be playing and handling all the lead duties. But some offensive line struggles for the Saints might be coming about as Teron Armstead and Ryan Ramczyk are officially out. Ryan Ramczyk, as a matter of fact, he was limited on Monday and then on Tuesday, or maybe he was limited on Tuesday and then he was not practicing on Wednesday. One of those, like it was a limited practice and then he didn't practice the next day. So whenever that happens, it's like, oh, you're trending towards the wrong direction. Like you're going down. We need you to go up. We need to go from limited to full, but you went limited to not practicing. So that's the case with Ryan Ramczyk, and they officially made the decision. Yeah, he is out for this game. Now, looking at the side of the Cowboys, Cedric Wilson is dealing with some injuries. He's going to be out, but that's okay because the Cowboys now have officially have their top three wide receivers healthy, or so we presume. Amari Cooper still dealing with some COVID-19 issues. The illness is still getting to him to the point that the injury designation for this game is that he is questionable. It is truly going to be a game time decision. Amari, how are you feeling? Are you up to speed? Are you fatigued? If not, you're good to go. If he can't go, then it's just going to be CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup that are going to be the top 2 targets. So Amari Cooper is still in doubt for this game. Now, other news going around the NFL, let's look at the Eagles' backfield. Jordan Howard, he did not practice. If we want to go ahead and transition to NFL news and notes, he didn't practice, and he's still dealing with an issue in his knee. Now, Nick Sirianni ruled him out in Week 12 pretty early on. This week hasn't ruled him out just yet, so there is a little bit of hope. However, if all things go south for the Philadelphia Eagles, which you got Jordan Howard didn't practice, Boston Scott, it's a non-COVID illness, didn't practice. Miles Sanders, fortunately, was a limited participant. He's dealing with some lower extremity issues as well. He was limited in practice. So if all things go south, hopefully they can rely on Miles Sanders. I mean, if not, then Boston Scott, say for instance, a sickness is a huge deal, which I don't think it is. I think he'll play. He's out. Miles Sanders is out. Jordan Howard is out. Jalen Hurts has a sore ankle. Like, you're not going to be running with the ball. Like, you're just going to have to pass this ball all over the New York Jets. So that's the status on the Philadelphia Eagles in their backfield. Antonio Brown, this was announced yesterday by Bruce Arians. Ankle injury. He officially will be missing the next couple of games. They were hopeful that he would be coming back this weekend against the Atlanta Falcons. Now it's looking like Week 15 at the earliest. Antonio Brown will be making his return. Unfortunate news for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sterling Shepard and Kadarius Toney, 2 Giants wide receivers, did not practice. Sterling Shepard is dealing with a quad injury. He's been dealing with that for the last 3 weeks or so, ever since the Kansas City Chiefs game. And then Kadarius Toney has been dealing with a quad issue and an oblique issue. He did not practice as well. So if that were the case, Darius Slayton and Kenny Galladay would be the lead wide receivers if they do not play. Kyle Duggar, very, very talented safety, underrated guy as well, that they drafted for the 2020 draft. Patriot safety Kyle Duggar is on the COVID-19 list. He more than likely will not be playing this weekend against a crucial AFC East battle against the Buffalo Bills on Monday. Darrell Henderson did not practice because of a thigh injury. Now, Sean McVay is not freaking out. He's staying calm. He's saying, nope, I'm not freaking out. I think I'm very optimistic that Darrell Henderson can't play. We're just trying to limit him. But if he can't play, then it's Sony Michel is going to be the next man up, and he's going to be taking over a huge or is going to be given a huge workload. Adrian Peterson has been signed to the practice squad of the Seattle Seahawks. So bounce around team to team to team to team, continuing his legacy, I guess. But the Seahawks at this point, I mean, what else can you do? Alex Collins, like, rushing for 14 yards off of 7 carries last week? That's not going to cut it. DJ Dallas, they haven't seen the improvement that they wanted to see when they drafted him. Rashad Penny has just been dealing with so many injuries. Chris Carson, obviously, out for the season, so they need that run game going. And Adrian Peterson, they're hopefully thinking that this will provide a spark for them. Justin Fields returns to practice on a limited basis, so this is good news for the Chicago Bears. Or is it good news? Is Andy Dalton playing better than Justin Fields? Because Matt Nagy has announced that Justin Fields, when he returns, is going to be the starter for the Chicago Bears. Unless Andy Dalton does something amazing, which so far this season, the Bears offense in general just has not been that good, then it's not looking good for Justin Fields and Andy Dalton. And Justin Fields would be the starter. Now, Darnell Mooney has a little bit of a connection going on with Andy Dalton. Let's see if Matt Nagy realizes that and just decides to keep in Andy Dalton. But according to him, once Justin Fields gets healthy, he's going to come back into the game. Chase Edmonds will miss this week, but he could return the next week. So week 14, Cliff Kingsbury is saying that is the target date that we're eyeing for Chase Edmonds to return. James Conner, fabulous job. Loved it. But it does add a little bit more of a dynamic if you have Chase Edmonds in there as well. Melvin Gordon, huge news for the Broncos backfield, did not practice on Wednesday. He is dealing with a hip injury that he was taken out of the game momentarily, but then he returned eventually against the LA Chargers. He is dealing with that issue, but also he has a new shoulder issue that popped up. So 2 issues that he's dealing with. didn't practice. We've talked about this whole entire time. Maybe Javonte Williams could be that guy. Last stretch of games could come in and really win some people some fantasy football leagues. I mean, the schedule looks amazing. All it takes is for Melvin Gordon to miss one game because Javonte Williams is that freaking good. If Melvin Gordon misses one game against a team with a run defense that can be exposed, which the Chiefs have proven that they can be exposed, then it's Javonte Williams that's going to be the starter. I guarantee you that if Melvin Gordon does not play in this game and Javonte Williams gets 20 to 25 carries on the ground, he's running for over 100 yards for sure. He's going to get a touchdown for sure. He's so good. So good. So Melvin Gordon, that is the player that you need to monitor his status. DeAndre Swift, unfortunately for the Detroit Lions, could miss multiple weeks. Jamal Williams, however, is ready, according to Dan Campbell, to take on a serious workload. And I'm confident in Jamal Williams. I really am. And I think it's going to be happening. I think they'll be fine as far as the running back position. But losing DeAndre Swift is a huge blow. Obviously, he's more talented than Jamal Williams. Jalen Hurts said himself that he's going to be playing against the New York Jets. If there was any doubt with his ankle, he says, nope, put that to rest. I'm going to be playing. And lastly, Devontae Parker has been activated off of injured reserve, opening up a 21-day practice window for Parker to return to practice and for the Dolphins to make the official decision if they want to keep him onto the main roster or shut him down for the remainder of the season. But that is your NFL news and notes for today, Week 13, 2021, Thursday, December 2nd of the 2021 season. Appreciate you guys continuing to leave in your comments. DJ Mickey saying hello. Hello. Checking in. We are actually making some serious progress on time. I'm going to go ahead and show you my weekly picks that I'm going to split up later on, post on this YouTube channel so you guys can, because you guys like to look at the spreads and everything. I included that in this video as well to make your bets and everything. So I'm going to show you this video, and then I'm going to get back to you. So hang tight for the next 7 minutes, and then we'll answer some questions right after this. Week 13 starts with the good one. The Dallas Cowboys visit the New Orleans Saints. The last time the Cowboys had their whole offense healthy, they destroyed the Atlanta Falcons. The Saints will be a tougher test, however, as Taysom Hill has been named the starting quarterback this week. We asked you guys on Instagram who's going to win this game, and if we look at the polls, 65% are favoring the Cowboys, 35% like the Saints. We like the Cowboys to win by 4. Sunday's early afternoon games include the New York Giants and the Miami Dolphins. The Giants are holding on to hope that Daniel Jones will be healthy enough to play, while the Dolphins, led by their defense, are looking to make it 5 straight wins. And we asked you guys on Instagram who's going to win this game. 83% like the Dolphins, 17% like the Giants. We like the Dolphins to win by 10. AFC South battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. After going 6-2 their last 8 games, the Colts lost a close one against defending Super Bowl champions. Meanwhile, the Texans lost to the Jets after picking up the biggest win of the season the week prior to the Tennessee Titans. We take it to Instagram, look at the polls, 89% are favoring the Colts, while only 11% like the Texans at home. We like the Colts to win by 8. The Minnesota Vikings versus the Detroit Lions. Both teams are expected to be missing their star running backs for multiple weeks, both dealing with shoulder injuries. The Vikings are fighting for a wild card spot, while the Lions are just fighting for a single win at this point. Taking it to the polls, overwhelmingly the Vikings are expected to win, 92% favoring them, 8% like the Lions. We think it's going to be a close one because their matchup earlier was pretty close. Vikings win by 4. The Philadelphia Eagles might as well have just stayed in New Jersey as they face the New York Jets. Though he's dealing with a sore ankle, Jalen Hurts is expected to lead a rushing attack this week that may be without a couple of their running backs. For the Jets, Zach Wilson's return resulted in a win. New York is hoping for a last stretch turnaround. But taking a look at the polls, the Eagles are favored to win 81%, while the Jets are only favored to win by 19% of you. We like the Eagles to win by 8. The Arizona Cardinals are expected to get their star players back against the Chicago Bears. The Cardinals went 2-1 in 3 games without Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. The Bears are still expected to ride with Andy Dalton this week, as him and his new favorite target, Darnell Mooney, continue to lead the charge. We asked you guys on Instagram who's going to win. 87% like the Cardinals, only 13% like the Bears. We're taking the Cardinals to win by 16. 2 teams that are frequently slept on. The Los Angeles Chargers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. This game will be vital in determining how the AFC wildcard race will go. The Chargers have been incredibly inconsistent this year, while the Bengals rebounded well following their bye week. Should be a close one, and if we look at the polls, you guys agree. 51% like the Bengals, 49% like the Chargers. Could go either way, but I'm going to take the Chargers on the road to win by 4. You may not believe it, but the Atlanta Falcons are in the race for the NFC South as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Cordero Patterson has been a huge reason why the Falcons' playoff hopes are still alive. The Buccaneers closed out a win last week after a string of disappointing performances. Will that continue for the Bucs? Well, if we take a look at the polls, you guys believe that the Bucs are going to win on the road. 92% like the Bucs, while the Falcons are only favored to win by 8% of you. We take the Buccaneers to win by 14. The Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Los Angeles Rams. After losing Jamal Agnew the week prior, now the Jaguars have to deal without Dan Arnold for a few games. This is good news for the Rams, who as of late can't seem to stop anyone defensively. Will that matter in this game? Taking a look at the polls, 93% of you like the Rams, only 7% like the Jags. We think this is going to be a rebound week. The Rams win big by 20. The red-hot Washington football team versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Since their bye week, Washington is 3-0 and playing much better defense. The Raiders were able to squeak away with a win on Thanksgiving due to the monster performance by Daniel Carlson. Taking it to the polls, we expect it to be close. 41% like Washington, 59% are taking the Raiders. We're going to take the underdog. We're taking Washington on the road to win by 2. Crucial AFC North matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Ravens secondary has been criticized all season, but they held the Browns to just 10 points last week. The Steelers themselves were held to 10 points on offense in a blowout loss to the Cincinnati Bengals. Taking it to the polls, 87% like the Ravens to win, 13% like the Steelers. We're taking the Ravens to win by 10. Continuing on with the division games, we've got the San Francisco 49ers against the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks offense continues to disappoint, but the 49ers may also take a step back offensively as Deebo Samuel is expected to miss the next couple of weeks. Will that factor in this performance? Well, if we look at the polls, 80% of you say that's not going to matter. We're still taking the 49ers to win, while 20% like the Seahawks. Not looking good for the Seahawks, so we're taking the 49ers to win by 4. Sunday Night Football between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. Much like the Chargers, the Broncos also have had their waves of inconsistency. The Chiefs used to be that way, but as of late, have won 4 straight games. Will that momentum carry on for the Kansas City Chiefs? Well, if we look at the polls, you guys believe so. 77% like the Chiefs to win, only 23% are taking the Broncos. We take the Chiefs to win by 2 possessions, win by 13. And finally, Monday Night Football, the New England Patriots versus the Buffalo Bills. Early on, if you would have said that the Patriots and the Bills will be fighting for the AFC East lead, many wouldn't believe you. But the hot string of games by the Patriots and the recent struggles of the Bills have put both teams in this position. This should be a close one. If we look at the polls, you guys agree. 43% like the Patriots, 57% like the Bills. We're going to take the Bills to win in this one by 3. And that is your weekly picks for Week 13 of the 2021 season with the spread, my predictions, viewer votes on Instagram. I mean, this is like a lot of information put into just less than 7 minutes. So that's why I encourage you guys to watch that video if you want to go back and make your spread bets and everything like that. So go back, watch it. I'm going to release it probably in the next couple hours before the stream ends. I'll split that up and I'll put it up on the channel. Le channel. Okay, so I'm gonna get into viewer questions now. Hey, this is random. I thought about this yesterday, but I wanted to ask. I said I would ask you guys your opinion, and I just want to hear your thoughts on this. So, if you guys do karate, jujitsu, anything like that, like that's awesome. That's your thing. But like, I have a question. Why do you have to go like, like, why do you have to make a sound? Yeah, so, so. Like, if you're in an actual fight, you're just gonna be like, oh shit, you know? You're not gonna be like, Rah! So why do they make sounds when they do karate? If you guys know, like, I would love to hear your opinions on that. I mean, I guess you could say as well, like during football, like why do quarterbacks have to go like green 19, green 19 set up? Like why can't they just say, let's go? Anyways, thoughts that go through Hassan's heads. Uh, I said heads plural. That other head doesn't think. Um, okay. Jay Youngs, I'm in need of a quarterback. I picked up Taysom Hill. Should I start him since Ryan Tannehill is on a bye? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love Taysom Hill. The floor. You know when they say like raise the roof, like the moms and the dads back in the 80s? Well, the floor right now, raise the floor. The floor is so high for Taysom Hill. He's going to do well. And it's just going to be from running the ball. Just going to be from running the ball. Who cares? Like Trayvon Diggs, yeah, lock up CeeDee Lamb, or not Trayvon Diggs. Saints secondary, lock up CeeDee Lamb, whoever, right? Doesn't matter. Taysom Hill, running with the ball. Get yourself those fantasy points. I like Taysom Hill as a stream. Hello, son. I have Collins on the bench. Do I drop into waivers to pick up Adrian Peterson? I would drop Collins, but I want to pick up Adrian Peterson. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some viable like waiver wire. Like instead of having Alex Collins on your roster, like why don't you go down the route of, hey, let me plan my defenses a week in advance. Like if you have like a bench spot or a player you're like, oh, I don't know what to do, but I don't want to pick up another player that's just going to be pretty much useless for me, which I think Adrian Peterson isn't really going to do much, to be honest with you. Then why don't you go down the route of, okay, like for instance, I picked up the Packers defense. They're on a bye, but I mean, my Packers defense. Like next week, they're playing Chicago. So I encourage you to do that. I think a lot of people are dropping the Panthers defense as well because they're on a bye. So, Panthers would be a good option to pick up as well because they have a pretty good matchup in week 14 against the Atlanta Falcons. Hey, man, like your content. Keep it up. In fear of a bust, would you sit Najee Harris for Jamal Williams or play Williams as a flex instead of Devontae Smith? And also, Hawkinson or Logan Thomas? On the latter, I would go with Hawkinson. And to solve your dilemma, play Najee Harris. You got to play Najee Harris all the time. Jamal Williams, I would absolutely 100% flex at that point. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of notifications from a text thread. But, yeah, flex Jamal Williams over Devontae Smith. I'm sorry if I said Javonte Williams. Jamal, Devontae Smith, Devontae Freeman, Deontay Foreman. Like, it all sounds the same, right? Najee Harris. Najee Harris and Jamal Williams would be my plays, and then Hawkinson as well. Rubio Sup. Who would you roll with this week, Hurts or Hill as your quarterback? I'm in the same dilemma. I thought about Hurts. I got Hurts starting right now, and I was like, maybe I should pick up Hill, and stream him. But I'm going to go with the safety net. I'm going to go with Hurts. Yeah, I mean the matchup was better. It's Hurts this season has been like kind of reliable fantasy football wise, so you can't go wrong with Jalen Hurts. Even if they have no running game, they're going to pass the ball. Devontae Smith is going to light it up. Like I go Jalen Hurts for sure. Gary Santos, shaking my head. Tired of Kamara. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating. But if you wait it out. If you're in the playoffs, Wait it out, man. Like week 15, 16, 17, you're going to be glad that you have Kamara. What's up? What's up? What's up, Earthly Links? I have Ertz starting over Knox at the moment. I have CEH in my flex. Who should I start? I'd take Knox over Ertz, honestly. Yeah, that's what I would do. And then keep CEH in your flex. Knox or CEH to follow that up. No, I'd take Ertz out, dude. I'd take Ertz out. I'd put in Knox and CEH. Wayne, good morning. Would you choose Ingram or Montgomery? No PPR. I would choose David Montgomery. I cannot trust Mark Ingram with Taysom Hill as the quarterback. I just don't know how that offense is going to operate right now. Might take some touchdowns away. David Montgomery, on the other hand, is just getting a ridiculous amount of running back snaps. Now, there was a game where Mark Ingram had 85% of the snaps at running back. I think it was against the Tennessee Titans. But still, I would play David Montgomery. Steven, Kirk, Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley. Which one would you flex? Thanks. Keep up the good work, and let's get this Week 13 win. My dude, I would play Christian Kirk. I know Kyle Duggar is out, but Christian Kirk. Because J.C. Jackson is, golly, he's incredible. I just feel that Dallas is going to be an air show because the run will be shut down. I have Zeke, not sure whether to play him, and his knee injury. Will they need him? What are your thoughts on Zeke? Well, according to a report, when they said that Zeke was going to be sat out in this game, they said, no, it's not going to happen. He's actually going to, and as a matter of fact, going to have a serious workload. You just can't. You can't sit Ezekiel Elliott. You just can't. Like, unless someone has been absolutely bad, like your studs have been absolutely bad, then you can't sit them. Allen Robinson has been absolutely bad. You got to sit him. Ezekiel Elliott might have some games where he doesn't look that good, but there's other games where he looks amazing. So you can't go against that. You can't go against that. So I would start Ezekiel Elliott for sure. Like, I don't worry about it, man. You'll be fine. RP, good morning, Hassan. If DeAndre Hopkins plays this week, which more than likely he will, do you like him over DK Metcalf? Yes. What is going on with DK? What is going on with DK? Even though DeAndre Hopkins is going to be targeted like only 6 times in this game, which is the trend that he's been having all season long, I would still take DeAndre Hopkins over DK. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Earthly Links, I said, I have Ingram, Kamara, Zeke, Pollard, Hunt, and Hubbard for RBs. And Debo's injury just put a hamper on my wide receivers and flex. Same with me. I have Debo as well. I understand. I'm going to have to play Elliott and Pollard today. Do you think I should just drop Hubbard and go after a wide receiver or RB for flex? You can't drop Hubbard. You can't drop Hubbard. He's just way too valuable. I understand, like, is it Amir Abdullah? Is it Hubbard? Hubbard more than likely is going to be the starter, and Hubbard is looking better than Amir Abdullah. So I would go with Hubbard. You can't drop him. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, I would start Hubbard over. Oh wait, no, he's on a bye week. Never mind. I was going to say start him over Pollard. Obviously, you can't. But I mean, there's not really much out there, I guess, for your waiver wire. So you may just have to roll for this week. Roll with the Zeke and Pollard. Javonte, Gabriel Santos, exclamation mark. Yes. What do you think about Matt Breida? So I have him as a sit. Now he's the new Zach Moss. It's trending towards that direction just because he's looking more explosive than Zach Moss this season. And for some reason, they just don't like Zach Moss. They like Devin Singletary more than they do Zach Moss. Week 1, Zach Moss was a healthy scratch. Last week, Zach Moss was a healthy scratch. Matt Breida is just coming on into the scene, and I mean, he looked good against Indianapolis. What was it, 5 carries for 51 yards, and he scored a touchdown in 2 of his last 3 games. So they're going to be featuring him more for sure. I think Devin Singletary is going to be the lead back, but Matt Breida is going to be working in there. I still have him as a set, though, against the New England Patriots. Just a very tough matchup at that point. Should I wait to see if Gordon is out, having Javonte, or start Ingram tonight? I can flex Higgins if Javonte doesn't get the start. I'd take the risk. And even if Gordon plays, I would still start Javonte. It's okay. Like, you're not going to miss much. Like, this matchup might be better for Javonte than this matchup for Ingram. So I'd wait on Javonte. I think you're good with him either way. YME258. If you check our Raiders, you'll see the coin decided that the Raiders will win. Wonder if the streak will continue. LOL. Yeah, I haven't been on Reddit a lot. I need to. I have a Reddit account for Time to Football, but I haven't posted in like years. So I need to check the community. Maybe it's a good way to grow out there. But we've got the Raiders winning. So yeah, I'm kind of back and forth on it. I could see the Raiders pulling off this win too, but Washington has just been looking really good. Jose, good morning. Would you play Herbert or Hill? Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert. Alexander, hey man, like your content. Keep it up. In fear of a bust. Oh, you already asked that. I already answered that. A lot of good favorites for betting. Yeah. This might be a good week. Chris W saying, power comes from within. Oh, are you talking about yeah. Big Dog Panel. Yeah. I mean, I agree. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna be like, the fuck? It's like someone's trying to fight me. I don't know. If Waller is out, Renfro or Lamb? Seattle Saints asking that. You know what, dude? I would go with I still go CD. I'm Amari Cooper could be out. Cedric Wilson is going to be out, and then the freaking you know what sucks though? If you're a CD Lamb owner, I know this has happened to you, where you watch a Cowboys game and you're like, "Ooh, CD, big Oh no, that wasn't CD Lamb that caught that. That was Noah Brown, because the dreads and everything, and the 85 kind of looks like an 88 on the Cowboys. So I know you've been through that before, but Cedric Wilson not being active means Noah Brown might step into his role. I know Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, they're all going to factor in. And maybe Amari Cooper might be a little bit limited as well, just because he's dealing with those COVID-19 issues. They may say he's active, but kind of monitor his status and kind of give him limited snaps. So I think this is going to be a big day for CeeDee Lamb, and I would go with CeeDee Lamb. Pollard, Scott, Harris, Stevenson. Pick 2, that's my demand. Half PPR, dude, I would go with Scott. Scott looks like he's going to be the one of the lead backs for Philadelphia. Oh, man. Then outside of that, I mean, I guess I have Harris as a sit, but I think you're going to have to go with Jamin Harris at that point. Please do not put Peterson in your lineup. I agree, Rubio. Don't do it. Brett Forseth. Josh Johnson will probably play before AP does. AP is a depth move. He's on the practice squad. Yeah. Ooh. Why are we knocking Josh Johnson? Knox or Kittle? I would go Kittle, dude. Brandon, I would go Kittle. Gosh, my eyelash is just in my freaking eyeball. I guess I have thick eyelashes like Derek Carr. Looks like I have eyeliner. Yeah, I have Hurts starting, and I picked up Hill. I'd probably use Hill on Hurts bye week. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. But here's the thing: I have Cam Newton, so it's like, do I start Cam Newton over at against Atlanta, or do I start Hill against the New York Jets next week during Hurts' bye week? So I'm in that same dilemma, dude. I sympathize with you, man. I sympathize. We're in this together. Does Dak Prescott pass for over 280? Hill pass for under 208, asking for a friend. LOL. Hey, I don't know. I haven't checked Prize Picks yet. But to go off of your question, with Hill, I would honestly take the under on that. I would. I looked back at the game logs for Taysom Hill, and it was just more like, he's running with the ball like 10 times a game. Now, he had 2 games where he passed for over 208 yards, I believe, and it was against the Atlanta Falcons, with the Falcons' secondary just wasn't good last year. Still wasn't good, outside of AJ Terrell. And then the Philadelphia Eagles, I believe, was the other game, which the Eagles' secondary last year was not the best. So I would take the under on Hill. And as far as Prescott goes, on 280 just seems like a lot. I'd take the under on that too, man. 280 just seems like a lot. That's why. That's the only reason. Not saying that he's not capable of it, but you have a higher chance of hitting if you take the under on that. Who should I pick up, Hubbard or Ingram from Big Dog Pound? Long term, it's going to be Hubbard. Hill or Burrow from Scott Beach. Yeah, it's a nice last name. Uh, Hill. I'd go Hill. Hey, would you play Taysom Hill over Jalen Hurts? Apparently, that's a hot question. And I'm going through that same dilemma as well. I don't know whether to pick up Taysom Hill or not. But I'm going to go ahead and say initial thought is I'm sticking with Hurts. I'm sticking with Hurts. What's up, brother man? Who you think would be better backup to hold on for Taylor Heineke or hold on to at quarterback? Heineke as a backup or Jimmy G? I have Murray as my number one. Uh, Jimmy G? I haven't had a chance to look at the schedule. I know Taylor Heineke may have a better schedule, but I think this is going to be more of like a run focus. And I know the 49ers are a run focused team as well, but like when they need to pass the ball, they've got so many great weapons that Jimmy G could pass it to. Whereas the Washington football team is like Terry McLaurin, J.D. McKissick, Logan Thomas. Like, I'd go Jimmy G. Pollard or Ingram? Ingram. I gotta go Ingram. I'm not knocking Josh Johnson. I love to see him play. Okay, all right. We got some clarity from Brett. Okay, well, that's all the questions that you guys are leaving. So I appreciate you guys joining in for this episode of Time to Football. I'm going to go ahead and sign off right here. But again, thank you for tuning in. We've got Thursday Night Football coming up here tonight between the Saints and the Cowboys. Should be a good one. Commentated by the best commentators in the world, and Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Absolutely 100% do not sound like the other Fox announcers. All Fox announcers do not sound the same. They're not all monotone. Thank you guys for watching, and remember,